Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome to I've forgotten what day we're on. Day 16 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. This is today's sketch with a big circle and then lots of lines, which I'm kind of following, kind of not. And this one is from Ashley, aka the Scrappy Nerd, here on YouTube and over on Instagram and I believe Facebook as well. Hopefully I'll be able to tag her in the description, but if not, go to the playlist or Facebook group and you will find her. She does some amazing layouts. So as I said, we have a big circle, 3 photos, and all these stripes here, and that's pretty much what we're doing, to be honest. I don't know why I've got so many stripes. I'm not quite sure. But we are overloaded with stripes, so we're not going to run out of them. And we have a circle and we have a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So we're starting off in the right direction. I am using this background paper, which is Pink Paisley, Indigo and Ivy, paper number 12. Oops. And I am scrapbooking these 2 photos, which is a collage photo, so 8 photos really, of Mick Tom and myself when we went to play crazy golf. However, I'm not going to use both of these. I'm going to use one of the, whatever you call them, scorecards. I'm going to use them as a piece, so we're going to stick here, and then you'll be able to fold this out like that, and there will be an extra photo there, and there will be the scorecard there. So I like that idea, and then we're going to use this one photo. So we are going to switch it up from the 3 photos to 2 photos to portrait rather than 2 portrait and a landscape. As you can see, we have a title that is Crazy Golf, which is another layered die cut piece from Frog Prince Ink, who you know I love. So we're going to use that. So, first things first, I have cut this circle. I hand cut this circle, may I add. I was not doing it on a video. I simply drew around a dinner plate, cut it out and then distressed it so it hides any imperfect edges. Which, let's face it, if Adam is cutting a circle out, there are going to be many imperfect circles. So, I'm going to put blue at the top, red and pink at the bottom, and we're going to go like that in. One thing that you will have noticed, my circle is not 12 by 12 like the sketch. It's because we didn't have a plate big enough, to be perfectly honest, so I'm just going to roll with it. So now we have got that on, let's look at our strips. I've basically used strips left over from previous page kits. And yeah, that's basically it. So I don't know which ones we're going to use. I think I want to use, I'm sure I saw a Vicky B blue, yes. So we've got a blue one. Now I did debate fun foaming them. So we have them up on foam. Let me just get some fun foam. I just think having them on foam is just going to give us that added dimension. We're just going to need some thin strips. So I am going to cut a few thin strips of fun foam. Of course it's fun foam because it's sticky on one side, which makes it easier for us. I am not cutting this straight at all. Like, look at that as for a straight line. It's terrible. So, very simply, I'm going to put a whole strip of this foam, whoopsie daisy, on here, like so. Bish bash bosh. It's not very, well, that's not worked very well, has it? Why is it doing that? And then let's do the same with this one, but it's not going to be a full piece, obviously. Don't know why I cannot just do things normal and easily and straight, but there we go. Okay, so that's going in there, and then we will have to put a little bit of adhesive And I think I'm going to have to put adhesive all the way, rather than trying to miss a bit out, because I don't think it's going to stick otherwise, to be perfectly honest. And these come right to the end, so I am going to leave a small gap at the end, but otherwise we are going straight to the end like so. So that's just going to give us the dimension, and it's also going to be easier for us to go over the distress circle. Now, looking at which other ones I want to use, we do have that, which is the B side of that blue. We have a Chamel green and blue. You have probably seen these papers appear in other layouts this month. As I said, I've used scraps. I know, Adam using scraps is not something you hear very often, but it does happen now and again. And then we've got green. I don't like that white, so let's have that green. And a blue. And another green. So I'm going to work with them. What about that one? Oh, that's not 12 inch. That's annoying. We do have a black one. Maybe that. So I'm going to work with them for now. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me put thin strips of foam on a thin strip of paper with a thin strip of adhesive. So I will... Don't know why that tickled me. I will go off and do that, and then I will come back when that is done. So there is the strips on the foam. I'm really pleased with that, actually. I think that looks really good. It's a little bit wibbly wobbly, but it'll go under a load of layouts for a long while, so it's fine. And it's really like sturdy. I'd love to do a full layout like this, actually. Might have to do that, or maybe alternate, like foam, not, and so on. But that's where we're at, and so far we stuck quite close to the sketch. I've added one extra. I thought there was 7. I've just recounted them as 6, but it's fine. Not gonna cry over that. And as I say, I've stuck one of the photos. These were actually collages that you could do at a machine at this Treetop Adventure Golf in Manchester. So we just did it and then they email it to you and then I printed it out. So I need to make sure we add a tab. I've actually pulled in no embellishments, which is crazy. I have some up here in case you're wondering. I am using my plate. These are ones that I've pulled out as I've been sorting out the die cuts for things that might work in a planner for currently pages and other pages. So, I think I'm going to sort of have, that's what I was thinking, something like this, I don't know, or maybe like this, I don't know. Okay, I think we're going to have this one down here. So I'm going to cut off some more fun foam, let's say to about here. Is that about right? Yeah. So that's going to go about here, and then I'm just going to put some adhesive on here. So we need adhesive to cover the 3 strips. Like so. So, oh, no. So if I want this to go, I don't know, about here maybe. There we go. So there is photo number 1. And then this is going to go tucking under here slightly because I want to be able to pull the booklet out. Now, I know I've seen a comment, I think it was Eve, but I can't remember. So if it is Eve, thank you. If it wasn't, sorry. I'm sure it was though. About what I do with flips and flaps and all that good stuff if it goes in a page protector. So I'm going to show you, and we will put this page in a page protector and I'll show you what I do. So, what about if we... I need to think about how that is going to work actually, because I need to be able to pull this out like that, and then this is going to fold, so this page is going to be stuck in. So let's stick that in, because we know that is being stuck in whatever happens. Okay, now I don't mind covering that page because I know I have another one. So this is going to go here. Now I'm going to pop that about here. So that is like so. Right, I need to move that over slightly. It's not ideal because it's ripped the paper, but it's not the end of the world either. It is going to have to come over ever so slightly, which I hadn't thought of. I've not put it as high as I did, but it's fine. Because when that lifts up and folds over, it needs a little bit of a gap just because of the height. So now this lifts up and this, I can't talk, and this goes like that. So I will show you how I go about doing this. I need to think about the page protector for this one actually, because it's going to be a bit different. Now we need to decide for our title, do I just cover up this, do I pop it up here, or is this one a bit too big? I quite like it there actually. There aren't going to be a ton of embellishments on here, I don't think. I'm thinking of doing a stitched faux stitch, obviously. Let's not go there. A faux stitch around the circle. And then maybe some florals, but apart from that, or leaves maybe on this one. Yeah, maybe leaves. Apart from that, and a tab, and that's probably going to be about it. So let me just go and get my tabs and labels and pen and floral box, and let's see what we can do. Okie dokie guys, so I have got box of labels, box of tabs, box of leaves, my big bundle of floral pieces. Don't know whether we're going to use florals or leaves yet, we'll see. And I've got the pen for the faux stitching. So let's do that first, and I'm simply going to just draw a little faux stitch around here. I'm not paying too much attention to the gap or anything like that, because I am going to cover some of it. You can't see it massively clear on the screen, but it is more visible in real life. So that is a-okay, and we're just going to keep coming round like so. Now, had I have stitched this for real, then it's highly likely it wouldn't be perfect. So I don't mind the fact that faux stitching isn't perfect, whether the lines are different sizes or there's a different gap in between each one. It doesn't bother me because it's the overall feel that I'm going for and the overall look, which I like, and I think that looks okay. It's not bad at all. So there is that. Now what we're going to do is let's find a tab that we like. So we've got this one. Love This and Memories in gold. That could work. And then we've got some L Studio. We've got plenty. We're not short on tabs. Let's be real. It's just a case of, I like that one actually, because it's got red and blue on it, which is the colours of the layout. So I'm simply, for this, going to fold it over to create a tab, and then use a little rub-on thing to give it a proper burnish, and then pop lots of adhesive in here. And then we are going to pop this over here. So I am going to pop it about there, I think. And now that gives us a little bit, it makes it a bit more clearer that yes, you can pull this out, go for it. Then I'm going to add a little bit more fun foam. We are going fun foam crazy on this layout. Here. And some adhesive on here. And let's get our title on. So that's going to sit under here a little bit. That needs to be able to open. So let's pop this. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there. And then lift that up under there. So then this is still going to fold out very easily. And it all overlaps quite nicely. I love the way that looks. Okay. Now I did think about adding just a few, not many, but a few labels to give us a little point for some journaling maybe. So I'm just seeing what kind of labels we've currently got in here because I've not yet sorted them all out. That green one would work nicely, as would that one. Okay, we've got a few options. Let's see. Okay, maybe those two. Then we have one for the location and a bit of journaling, and one for the date. So I'm going to pop this one here. And I'm going to pop this one, which I'm thinking will be good for the date. Maybe here. Like so. Then let's get to our leaves and see what we want to add. So these are in the process of being sorted, as I keep saying. So there's all sorts of different leaves in here. We've got palms, we've got literally all sorts of leaves from all sorts of manufacturers. And I just thought leaves kind of work better because we've got lots of tropical leaves in the background. And it's sort of like treetop adventure golf. So that's the kind of vibe of the golf. So it fits in with the kind of day we were having. So we're going to add all sorts of different leaves. So let's just pull that up. Make sure that we can tuck. I have taped that very well. Which is great, but not when you want to tuck. Okay. So we're going to overlap a couple of them and just add a little variety of bits and bobs as we go. Okay. I'm going to add this one as well. This is a cocoa vanilla. There we go. Okay, so that is probably enough there, and I do want to add just one or two down here just to sort of carry that theme down. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I don't know what I am thinking. That's a little bit big, that's what I am thinking. So this one works nicely if I can figure it out where to put it. Okay. So I'm going to pop that one there along with a bit of this and a bit of that. Quite like the way that is looking. I don't want to overload it, so I think we're going to call it there. I have also put feathers in with the leaves, just because I don't have enough feathers to warrant a box of their own. But I do have a few. So there we go. And now to finish us off, I'm just going to add a couple of finishing touches. And then we shall just have a quick look at the page protector, like I mentioned earlier. Sorry, I was getting distracted by more flowers, but no, we don't need any of them. Okay, I might add a little flare. Now there is a very, very, very detailed flare video coming up. Sunday or Monday, I think, I can't remember when. Where we look at production, we have all the machines out, all the parts, we have flair from all sorts of different companies, and we are really going to deep dive into the issue because I know it has come about again, and I have seen some things, some comments and some questionable things, so we are going to tackle it head on. And I've finally had a few things back that I was waiting for. So yeah, that will be coming Sunday or Monday. I just need to, it's one that's going to need quite a lot of editing, because we're going to do like screenshots of different websites and different places where wholesale and all that sort of stuff. So that is coming, but bear with me. I say Sunday, Monday, it will be ASAP. And it'll be talking about that whole thing and if you're waiting for stuff and whatnot. I like the way this has turned out. It's kind of busy but kind of minimal. Like, it's full but there isn't loads of stuff. Does that make sense? I think to finish us off, I am going to add a couple of Nuvo drops. I am not going to add a couple of Nuvo drops because I just realised as I was about to go and get them that we're going to do the page protector, so it would be a bit daft for me to put something wet on. So I'm just going to add a couple of enamel dots. These are Simple Stories homegrown, and I'm just going to add them in a few contrasting colours. So we've got the teal, we've got the blue, we've got the yellow. I quite like those colours, so that's what we are going for. Go. Think up here we'll have yellow, teal and a bit of red. Love it. And now let's get to our page protector. So obviously I presume most people put their layouts in a page protector. I do. I'd like to say I put everything in one, but in all honesty, they're in a box most of the time. But they do go in page protectors, they just don't go in albums. So, I personally am a big fan of interactive page elements. However, if you have interactive elements on your page and you have it in a page protector, when somebody's flicking through your album, they're like, oh, that opens, but oh, I've got to take it out and then got to do this and then fumble to put it back in, blah blah blah. So then you just don't bother opening it and it becomes a redundant. So with that in mind, what I would generally do is this. So wherever the opening is, so let's remind ourselves, this opens like so. So what I need to do is here, I need to be able to put these two pieces on top of the page protector. So let's close that and pop this back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a metal ruler. You can take a different kind if you want. Line up to where you want to push it through. So I want it to be at the end of this edge. So I'm going to go slightly further just to give us that little couple of millimeters. And then lightly, it only needs to be lightly, cut along with a craft knife, and you want to go slightly further at top and bottom of where you're cutting, just to give you that extra leeway. As I said, you really only need to press very lightly. That should have cut through, and then once you've found a piece that's done, you can follow along with your craft knife along the line that you have cut, and it should follow through. Or if not, you can lift it up and just follow that down, like so. So we're going to continue that line all the way down. That bit has gone a little bit wrong there, but that's okay. And then we're going to do the same here. Follow our line, come all the way up, like so. So now what you have is a line in there. So now what you want to do is push it through. This is the fiddly bit, and it does require bending your layout quite a bit. Now it will obviously go back together, so get whatever it is and pull it through your slip. So we want this whole page to come through. I don't know if I've not quite gone far enough at the top. I'm just going to cut that a little bit more, and then we're going to pull that through like so. And now you will see, if I pop that there, that this is on top of the pocket. Now you have to weigh it up. It's a case of, are you happy for this to be out of a page protector, or is that something that is sentimental, something that can't be replaced, you don't want it out of the page protector, then this probably isn't the way to go for you. Depending on what kind of interactive piece it is, I guess you could keep whatever it is in the page protector, but in this instance it wouldn't really achieve much because you'd have to pull it in and out every time. So now when you're flicking through your album, you can still do this. There is a slight downside with this particular one, because there is this side. So if you wanted both sides to be visible, then we can do that, and I'm going to do it just to show you. Personally, for me, for this one, I probably wouldn't have done this. I would have just left it, but I am going to do it just to show you how easy it is. So we've cut another line on that side. Try and keep it as tidy as you can, just because it's not a massive gap, and the last thing you want is for it to be ripping. So now we have this here. We're going to now pop our hand in here and try and sort of lift this through like that. So now what we have, let me just burnish that a little bit, just because the fold has moved slightly with the change on there. So now what you have is this lifts up and this lifts out, and you have the fully interactive piece on there. What you may find is, like here, you may find you need to take out a little bit of the page protector, and to do that just sort of follow it down like so, and basically just cut a thin strip. So I've just cut like half a centimetre, if that. And then when you fold that, it's going to give a neat fold, basically. So now you have your complete layout. It's all protected. Your photo, your embellishments is all protected. Your flare, which we will discuss, the whole rust thing, because it needs discussing. They are fine in there. We will discuss all that. But you've got your layout, you've got your photo, it's all protected, and you can still have your interactive pieces on your layout. I hope that helps, Eve. I hope that answers that. Sorry it took a while. Obviously I was a bit ahead, so trying to catch up. So yeah, that is how I do it. I'm sure there are many other ways. Of course, it's now very hard to get this layout out of the page, and I need to write the journal in. That's fine. It's no biggie. So once you've got it in, you're probably not going to get it out very much, but that's fine because there's no reason why you would want to. And this is still protected because it's still got that here. Of course, the other way you could do it is cut out a complete rectangle. I just think it opens up everything else a little bit too much, whereas that is only 2 slits. Anyway, that is today's layout for day 16 of 30 days of sketches. I hope you like the end result. I actually really like this layout. It's quite minimal for me and I have enjoyed doing it. Tomorrow we will be on to day 17 with a sketch from Lisa. So I look forward to you joining then, and thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.